Hi everybody, I've had a lot of requests lately for a video on painting leaves. So I thought we would do some quick meditative painting of some leaves today, and I'll show you 3 different ways that you can make leaves. So gather your supplies, your water, paper towel, paper, brushes, and paints. That's all you need. And really you could do these in any color. I'm gonna do these in green because that's what you think of, I think, when you think of leaves, but you can do leaves in any color, and especially if you're doing meditative painting, I think it might be fun to do them in reds or oranges or whatever you like. But I'm gonna start with a dark green. Any color paint will do. So I'll start with the easiest leaf first, the most simple leaf, and I think the leaf that I go to the most, which is a 1-stroke leaf. I am using a 16 round. I get a lot of water on it, good bit of paint. You can see the tip, and then it's a pretty fat brush. So what I'm going to do is touch the tip of the brush to the paper, pull a little, push down, drag, and lift up, okay? So this is kind of your just single stroke leaf. We'll do that a few times across the page just so you can watch the motion of it. The leaf will only be as wide as you can push the brush, right? Because you start off with a little line, and then you're going to push down as hard kind of as you can, right? And then lift up. And I took this one kind of at an angle. Now when you're done, you can go in and sort of tweak the shape a little. You can add pigment along one side or at the tips. I really like that look. So again, touch the paper, push down with your brush, and pick up and maybe flick it. That's kind of a crazy looking leaf. Again, you can go back in, touch it with a little pigment here or there, let it bleed around a little. All right, I'm gonna get a little more water, a little more paint, and we'll do it again. Touch and drag and lift. That one's really simple. But you can see even with just 1 stroke, look at the variation we can get. Touch and drag and bend it back. So this leaf has a flick to it. All right, so that's a single stroke leaf, and that's all there is to it. You can practice those over and over, and it's kind of really wonderfully meditative to do that, and I really enjoy it. The next leaf we'll do is the same motion, but it's a two-stroke leaf, okay? So you start with the same motion. It's touch and drag and lift, but now we're gonna do another one on this side of it. Touch and drag and lift. So you get a fatter, much fatter leaf, right? A little more rounded leaf. Now, this one I touched the 2 sides together, but you can also touch and drag and lift. And I'm gonna leave some space here, okay? Right in the center, I'm gonna leave a little bit of space. So touch and drag and lift. So I connected the end here, and I will connect the front end here. But I left the space in the middle. That gives the effect of a vein or a center of the leaf. And I really actually love that look. You can do one like that, but offset. So touch and drag a big fat one, big fat leaf, okay? Now, go in a little thinner on this side, okay? So go in and just go a little thinner and then connect it. Okay, so that's a little offset. Now, if you touch here with some pigment along the center, maybe at the tip here. Really interesting, I think, effect that gives. All right, so again, this is just a simple 2-stroke leaf, and you can see it's a big difference, even though it's just a slight difference in terms of what you're doing. Okay, touch and drag, and then touch and drag, okay? Now that one, I left just a little space right there in the middle. I'm gonna fill in a little more color. All right, I wanna do one more of these. I wanna show you one other technique of doing a 2-stroke leaf, okay? So the first side, we're gonna get sort of a lot of pigment, okay? So the first side, we're gonna get a bunch of pigment and do the 1 stroke, okay, on this side. And I really want this to be like kind of juicy. All right, now I'm gonna rinse off my brush till I have nothing but water. There's no paint on this. And then we might, don't have it dripping. See how I dripped it there? All right, I'm gonna dab some water off. It's fine. just use that water. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do this side and I'm gonna touch it just like that. Now, what you have now is that this side is just all bleeds. And I think that that's just gives them a lot of definition and variation in the leaf itself. I might actually bring the stem out like this, see? So if the leaf had a stem, and you could just go along the center here. Anyway, so that's kind of like, you can see, I'm gonna put some pigment here so you can see. I'm not sure if you can, sometimes there's a lot of reflection on the filming. See, so you get a lot of, and it really kind of happened on this leaf too. And I like to just leave them. I feel like the rule is there are no bad or wrong leaves, okay? They just are what they are. You can go back while things are wet and touch them some more. When you look at like a tree or a bush, the leaves are going in all different directions and they're facing all different ways. And so when you paint leaves, it still happens to me, but definitely when I first started, I got really, really hung up with having these perfectly shaped leaves. And it really kind of slowed me down and handicapped me from painting things because everything wasn't perfectly symmetrical, the colors weren't right, or there were these bleeds and blooms. And now I just absolutely love that. That's the beauty of watercolor, is that unpredictability, I think. All right, so not to make this really long, let's do a third type of leaf. Or let's just experiment with weird shapes. How about that? We just experiment with weird shapes. So on this one, we're gonna put like a little bit of a stem on it. And then I'm literally just gonna squiggle my brush and like squiggle my brush, okay? And then I'm gonna go in with some water in the center. And like there's a leaf, that's perfectly fine, right? Leaves can be like shaped like that. All right, let's try another, like, let's do this. Let's do kind of a 2-stroke leaf. And then let's go along it and make spiky little, like, you know, like leaves have a little edge on them. Let's make spiky little edges. It's hard, it's kind of a fat brush to do this, but you could take, oh gosh, this is a really teeny brush. You could take a teeny brush and kind of pull at the leaf, and it's gonna look really kind of crazy, which is totally fine. And then maybe on this one, go in, and see I'm using like a lot of blue in this pigment, go in like this and add like pigment along these weird little things. And if they're sticking out too much, I'll bring them back a little like this. Okay, so this leaf is wacky, but this is the point. Like there's, just let it be. I'm literally telling myself that and telling you that. Okay, so let's do one where we do like a regular, kind of regular shaped leaf. There's a lot of blue in this. And then we just kind of add like maybe a weird side angle on him. Oh, look at that. So like that's cool. Totally not symmetrical. I don't know if there's a leaf in the world that actually might look like this, but that's kind of fun, right? He's wacky. All right, let's do one more. These are all very strange. Oh, let's do this really fat round leaf. I like this one. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna smush this down, but we're not gonna drag it out like we did here. We're gonna take it and we're gonna smush it down and pick it up. And we're gonna take the other side and smush it down and pick it up. And see how cute and fat? It's almost like a heart shape, leaf. And then you just add a little stem to him, and it's a little bit, it's got a eucalyptus feel a little bit to him. I don't know, I like that too. All right, so I hope that this was fun for you. I hope that you'll just practice your leaves. If you decide to try this exercise and work on leaves or just paint meditatively, right? Just fill a page with beautiful green leaves or yellow leaves. I hope you'll story it or post it on Instagram and tag me at Sweet Seasons Art. I would love to see all of your beautiful leaves. and foliage. And I hope you have a great day. Happy painting!